Hello and welcome once again to another edition of Elections Unlocked, your primetime destination where we bring you all that's happening in the battle for 2024. Well, the big story today is the Bharatiya Janata Party is out with a shopping list for allies in state where they are, some would say, on the back foot. Well, there's talk of an alliance in Odisha, there's a talk of an alliance in Andhra Pradesh, and talks nearly are on the final stage, as we've been saying here, with both the Biju Janata Dal and the Telugu Desam Jana Sena. All of this, of course, suggests that the Modi-led BJP is now trying to revive the old NDA platform, get its footprint to spread and try and reach, who knows, 400 par, as the Prime Minister would like the BJP to target. With me is Paulomi Saha. She's going to go and she's going to give us an inside track on what's happening. I'll also be joined by Jajati Karan from Bhubaneswar, and T.S. Sudhir joins us from Hyderabad. But before we come to them about the alliance games going on, take a look at just how the BJP is, as I said, shopping for allies.
Larger NDA is in the making ahead of the Grand Battle 2024. In Odisha, there are talks of the BJD joining hands with the BJP. Though there have been no formal announcement yet, but leaders of both the parties have hinted at a positive possibility.
Under the chairmanship of Honorable President of the party, Shri Naveen Patnaik ji, and we discussed all the aspects of the coming elections. And we all decided, unanimously the party decided, that what is best in the interest of the state, the party should take a call on that.
So whatever will be decided will be declared by our national and state leadership.
The BJP left the BJP-led NDA in 2009 after an 11-year-old political partnership due to failed seat-sharing talks. Naveen Patnaik even refused to support Narendra Modi's candidature as Prime Minister aspirant in 2013. But as soon as Modi came to power, he made a U-turn and BJD Bonhami has been growing steadily. In 2019, BJP helped elect Union Minister Ashwani Vaishnav to Rajya Sabha, and this year too, he sought re-nomination to the Rajya Sabha for the second time from Odisha. The BJD is considered a friendly party to the ruling BJP, having lent support to the union government for the passage of crucial bills like the Triple Talaq, abrogation of Article 370 and NCT Bill of Delhi. Down south, TDP Jana Sena BJP alliance is also gaining momentum, with TDP chief Chandrababu Naidu being in the capital to meet Union Minister Amit Shah. Seat-sharing deal is top of the agenda.
ఏ విధంగా చంద్రబాబు నాయుడు గారిని ఆహ్వానించారో పవన్ కళ్యాణ్ గారిని కూడా ఆహ్వానించారు. పవన్ కళ్యాణ్ గారు కూడా ఈరోజు రాత్రికి ఢిల్లీ చేరుకుంటారు. అక్కడ భారతీయ జనతా పార్టీ నాయకులతోటి సమావేశం జరిగిన తర్వాత
To achieve its target of 370 plus seats in the upcoming elections, the BJP needs to improve its tally in the south and east. So the party has marked the states of Tamil Nadu, Kerala, Telangana and Andhra Pradesh in the south, and Odisha and West Bengal in the east. Right before the dates are announced for the polls, it's hectic parley time. And BJP is out with a clear shopping list of allies wherever the party is in the back foot. Bureau Report, India Today.
Okay, so let's get a sense of how this is all playing out as the BJP seals more and more alliances by the day. Paulomi is with me here, Jajati Karan from Bhubaneswar, T.S. Sudhir from Hyderabad. So all bases covered, but to you, Paulomi, first, because, you know, you got a sense 6 months ago that the BJP was struggling to take on the India alliance in terms of just the depth and diversity of allies that the India alliance has had.
Right.
Now, suddenly, every week you've got a new ally added on. You've got JDS, which was added a few months ago. The Biju Janata Dal seems a done deal. And Telugu Desam also likely to happen. So what's the BJP strategy? Is it that in states where they're not strong enough, pick up a strong regional ally?
Absolutely. The BJP has set itself the Prime Minister has set itself a very steep target for the party, 370, 400 plus for the NDA. How do you get that? You've saturated yourself in states where you're already in a dominant position.
Basically
in the Hindi,
North and Western India.
Yeah, absolutely. The Hindi heartland states and the Western belt. But as far as the East is concerned, Odisha, Bengal, they continue to be, tough targets for the Bharatiya Janata Party. And then, of course, the southern states, except for Karnataka, where they got 25 of the 29 that they won in the last Lok Sabha. As far as the southern region was concerned, no other state is... The BJP didn't have much of a footprint over there. So that's why the BJP needs these regional allies in order to bolster its numbers.
But who's driving it? Is it the BJP which is going around, as I said, shopping for allies, or are the potential allies coming back to them? The likes of Chandrababu Naidu, the likes of Naveen Patnaik, all of them at some stage or the other have been part of the NDA. Who's actually pushing for these alliances? The regional parties or the BJP?
Well,
or both?
Both. I would say both, because both need each other. As far as, say, for instance, Odisha is concerned, Jajati, of course, will be able to elaborate further on that. They say that Naveen Patnaik needs to seal his position in some way. He is on a very, sticky wicket at the moment, especially after Pandyan was brought into the party, and there's been revolt and rebellion within the party over the last 2-3 months. Several BJD MLAs, there were BJD MLAs who joined the BJP right when Prime Minister was in Odisha on March 5th on the 108th birth anniversary of the late Biju Patnaik. So they are moving away from the BJD. If he needs to stop that, seal that, and sort of, keep things together while he's still at the helm of affairs, then he needs the BJP. Similarly, the BJP needs the BJD if it wants to bolster its numbers NDA-wise nationally.
Interesting, because as you're saying, both the parties need each other. Jajati, let's get a sense from you first from Bhubaneswar, because that's been the big headline story over the last 24 hours. Is this a done deal? Will we expect an announcement in the next couple of days that the Biju Janata Dal and the BJP are tying up? And what are the terms? Is it 2/3 in the Lok Sabha to the BJP, 1/3 to BJD there, and the reverse for Vidhan Sabha? What's your sense?
Well, Rasdeep, as you know, since yesterday, it's a done deal. The alliance is going to happen, that is for sure. It's only a question of numbers, who is getting how many seats. Until a few weeks back, as you know, both BJP and BJD were denying. When media used to ask them, is this alliance happening? They both used to deny and say that it's a rumor, it's not yet finalized, or we can't say. But since yesterday, we know that it's a done deal, the alliance is happening. Now the question is, who is getting how many seats? To come back to the question which...
But what's changed? You said that till a few weeks ago they were denying it. What suddenly has changed that now it appears the alliance is very much on the cards?
Well, I was coming to that. In fact, to answer your question, which we were discussing few seconds back, BJD doesn't need this alliance. They are in a very strong position, and as you know, irrespective of what the few of the party leaders who are not very happy with the style of functioning of Mr. Pandyan, the fact remains the vote bank is still very much intact in the name of Naveen Patnaik, and that is something still very strong in Odisha. So BJD at this point of time doesn't need this alliance. It is only BJP who will gain if this alliance happens. So many say that BJD is doing this alliance under compulsion, and BJP is doing this alliance because it is only here to gain from this alliance. Because as you know, they got 8 Lok Sabha seats in last Lok Sabha election, and this time if they get around 13-14 seats, at least 4 or 5 seats, they're getting extra. But BJD on the other hand, they're only going to lose if this alliance happens.
Right, that's interesting that you're saying actually the national party stands to gain more than the regional party in Odisha. T.S. Sudhir, Chandrababu Naidu back in the national capital. This has been going on for weeks now. I remember meeting him a couple of months ago, and he was hoping to meet up with Amit Shah and seal the alliance. And I'm talking about last quarter of 2023. It's taken a while. Is it a done deal, or is there still pressure over who gets how many seats? Is this all about the final seat alliance arrangements?
Well, the numbers have not really been finalized yet. What I'm given to understand from someone very close to Chandrababu Naidu is that Naidu is not inclined to give more than 3 Lok Sabha seats and 5 assembly seats to the BJP to contest, whereas the BJP obviously want wants a little more, especially when it comes to the Lok Sabha, anywhere between 5 and 7. Now, that nitty-gritty is yet to be worked out, but the larger story is about how this whole alliance is coming about. Now, Naidu had a very bitter parting in 2018 with the BJP and the NDA. Now he's doing a Ghar Wapsi of sorts. Now, as far as the BJP is concerned, it is in a win-win situation because it is in the position where both the YCP as well as the TDP will support the BJP at the center, irrespective of how many seats either of the two regional parties win. So either way, the BJP stands to gain. Now, why it is going into an alliance with the TDP and the Jana Sena is because Pawan Kalyan, for one, wants it to be a combined force against Jagan Mohan Reddy. And number two, that BJP realizes that if it goes into an alliance, gets to be anywhere between 3 to 5 to 6 Lok Sabha seats to contest, it will start having a footprint in Andhra Pradesh. It will have Lok Sabha MPs from Andhra Pradesh who can be inducted into the union cabinet. So the BJP has everything to gain. The TDP wants an insurance policy vis-a-vis Jagan Mohan Reddy. It saw how Chandrababu Naidu had to spend over 50 days in Rajamundry prison last year. It doesn't want a repeat of the same scenario. So the BJP will be some kind of an insurance policy against any kind of similar kind of politics by Jagan Mohan Reddy.
You know, let's cut the chase though and say, where does this leave the whole thing of 400 par? You know, there's all this talk. I know whenever BJP reporters, all of you are being fed every day, 400 par. If you're going to be 370 on your own, as the Prime Minister said his target, why do you need all these allies? Remember all the things that Chandrababu Naidu said about Prime Minister Modi? Is that all history, Paulomi? Is this the new BJP, which is very flexible? What you've said, whether it's a Nitish Kumar or whether it's a Chandrababu Naidu, if you want to join us, open doors.
Absolutely. As far as this election is concerned, the dynamics have completely changed. The BJP's approach towards allies is very different. They need these allies. They want to meet a certain number, which they've set themselves as a target, and they need these allies on board. So they're keeping a very open-door policy as far as, approaching these allies are concerned, even with the negotiations which have not settled, be it a Bihar, be it a Maharashtra, in terms of seat-sharing negotiations with the allies that are already on board. They are not they're not, at least from the sense that we're getting, they're not, putting their foot down on the sort of number. They'd like a certain number, but they're not putting their foot down on it. So there's going to be a little give and take when it comes to Lok Sabha, when it comes to Assembly as well, because they need these parties on board.
T.S. Sudhir, the same question. Chandrababu and Narendra Modi, they've had a sort of up-down relationship, much like with Nitish Kumar. What is Babu's game here? Is he simply someone who needs to win this election at all costs, because this could be his final fight and therefore needs everyone on board?
Absolutely. I mean, this is going to be pretty much Chandrababu Naidu's last general and assembly election. He's nearing 75. So he would want to come back to power. And another 5 years out of office for the Telugu Desam could spell disaster for the regional party. As far as the BJP is concerned, why is it really out with the shopping list? Because it may win, it wants to win about 370 seats on its own. The main reason is that, to use a cricketing metaphor, Rajdeep, it wants to inflict a crushing defeat. At least that's the message that is coming from the BJP. It's not going to be satisfied with a 2-wicket or a 50-run victory.
No, but they could have gone, TS, they could have gone with Jagan Mohan. Why Chandrababu? Why did they choose Chandrababu over Jagan Mohan?
Because Jagan Mohan Reddy does not want to join the NDA, at least not yet. And here is where the YCP feels the BJP joining may be actually advantage YCP, because it will then push the minority vote, the SC/ST vote firmly into the YCP fold. That's the calculation they are going with. So Andhra Pradesh is going to be a cliffhanger. It is going to be probably the most interesting election, because both the sides are actually very evenly matched at this point in time.
On the other hand, Jajati, you seem to suggest to me that BJP and BJD coming together makes it a cakewalk in Odisha. There are Congress leaders who are telling me this opens up spaces for the Congress to take over the opposition. It's a state where they've struggled in the last couple of decades. Is there an opening there, or do you believe it's a done deal if the BJP and BJD tie up all 21 seats, go one way?
Well, as this alliance happens, it's a good situation for Congress to gain theoretically, but I don't see Congress taking this opportunity to its stride, because they are not very organized and they don't have tall leaders and a very organized leader like that in Telangana, which Telangana can't be repeated in Odisha in these circumstances. Though the opposition space is now open to only Congress, but I don't think they would get the maximum benefit out of this because of this alliance.
Okay, very, very interesting look at the way politics is changing. When it comes to elections, you suddenly still need alliances even in this age where the BJP is a dominant party. Palomi Saha for joining me here in the studio, and Jajati Karan and T.S. Sudhir, both former colleagues of mine. Great to have you on the show. Thank you very much for giving us your wisdom on Elections Unlocked. Let's give you a quick check on what else is making election news today. The war over Parivarvad has intensified. RJD chief Lalu Prasad Yadav once again launching an attack on those who claim to be Modi's family, or Prime Minister Modi, claiming that why didn't they follow Hindu rituals when Mr. Modi's mother passed away. The RJD chief didn't stop there. He further added the Prime Minister was not a real Hindu because he didn't shave his head and follow rituals like his brother did after his mother died. Kolkata today witnessed a massive political storm today. BJP women delegation led by MP Loket Chatterjee, Agnomitra Paul were detained and stopped from visiting Sandesh Kali. Meanwhile, Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee, on the other hand, led a Women's Day rally in the city. She had a few women from Sandesh Kali also joining. She challenged the Prime Minister in that rally, saying that women are more safe in Bengal, she claimed, than in any other state. The Association for Democratic Reforms today filed a contempt plea against the State Bank of India and the Supreme Court on the electoral bonds case for their failure to submit details of the electoral bonds as per the deadline of 6th March. ADR's plea has alleged the SBI violated the Apex Court's direction. On the 11th of March, the Supreme Court says it will now hear the matter. Prime Minister Narendra Modi, meanwhile, was in Jammu and Kashmir today, his first visit since Article 370 was effectively abrogated. He unveiled multiple development projects worth more than 6,400 crores during the Viksit Bharat Viksit Jammu Kashmir program at Srinagar's Bakshi Stadium. While addressing the rally, the Prime Minister attacked the Congress for misleading the people, he said, of Jammu and Kashmir on Article 370, training his guns on the Congress for, he said, keeping Parivar before the welfare of the people. On the other hand, Rahul Gandhi is on his Bharat Jodo Nyaya Yatra, which has entered the Prime Minister's home state of Gujarat, where today the Congress made the big poll promise for youth, unveiling a youth manifesto that promises, among other things, right to apprenticeship and promises to end the paper leak menace, and says that it will ensure that every youth in the country will get jobs, including 30 lakh government jobs, he said, which are still pending. So those are some of the promises that have been made, even to gig economy workers. Let's then listen in to both the Prime Minister and Rahul Gandhi as I leave you on Elections Unlocked. Bye for now. Namaskar.
जम्मू कश्मीर केवल एक क्षेत्र नहीं है, ये जम्मू कश्मीर भारत का मस्तक है और ऊंचा उठा मस्तक ही विकास और सम्मान का प्रतीक होता है। इसलिए विकसित जम्मू कश्मीर विकसित भारत की प्राथमिकता है।
मैं आपको यह बताना चाहता हूं कि हिंदुस्तान के युवाओं के लिए, आदिवासी युवाओं के लिए, पिछड़े वर्ग, दलित, गरीब, जनरल कास्ट के युवाओं के लिए कांग्रेस पार्टी क्या करने जा रही है। सरकार में आने के एकदम बाद हमारा पहला काम होगा कि 90% को 30 लाख सरकारी नौकरियां हम दे देंगे। हिंदुस्तान के युवाओं को, सब युवाओं को अप्रेंटिसशिप का अधिकार देने जा रहे हैं और ये अधिकार हर ग्रेजुएट, हर डिप्लोमा होल्डर को मिलेगा। सरकारी ऑफिस में 1 साल की अप्रेंटिसशिप दी जाएगी और 1 लाख रुपए उसे 1 साल में दिया जाएगा।